Thank you. Hey, thank you. I'm really proud of this guy right here, man. It wasn't easy. Like the cops around when I was trying to start a business, didn't know anything about a business. Like it was my help, my free help.
Sweat equity. That's what you call it. Sweat equity, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he surpassed me in knowledge in the trades and the fields. But this is serious business here, and I want to thank you guys for putting this on. It's serious business for young people to really carve out a way to make a living. I wasn't a college-bound guy. I needed something to put my hands on, something I could figure out, and something to teach. And it wasn't easy. Coming up in the '70s to try to get in here, there was a lot of manipulation to make it really hard, and discrimination, that kind of thing. With perseverance and determination, it's like there was something that they didn't want me to know. Knowledge is a good thing, but it can be dangerous. It threatens other people. And one thing I heard tonight, it's like it serves the community. And I noticed that coming up, it's like we don't have any contractors in our community. And so that was a motivation for me. I'm gonna tell you this quick little story because it took a lot to like make or break you, because we can get turned away, doors closed, And so I remember when I first got into the trade, they sent me to a manufacturing, like ductwork. See that ductwork up there? Where they make that ductwork. That's part of the HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning is HVAC. That's one side of the trade. And you got high-rise buildings, so they make big ductwork. And I noticed, I must have been in the trade 6 months, but I noticed this guy carrying these blueprints. And it's like, man, I kept keeping my eye on that. It's like, what are those things? And I remember we were at a lunch break, sitting down, the guy was walking by, and he had these blueprints, and I got up. I said, walked over to him and said, I want to learn to read those. He said, you want to learn to read these? I said, yeah, and he threw them in the dumpster. I'm like, okay. And I sat back down. So we doing all this sheet metal. So they kept putting all this sheet metal in the trash. So after work, I waited till everybody left. And I jumped in that dumpster.
Wow.
And I got the crayons and I moved them and I jumped out. This guy standing up there like this with a tie on. He said, what are you doing in the dumpster? I'm like, well, I want to read these. You learn to read these. And he threw them away. He says, who's going to teach you? Like, I'm going to teach myself.
That's right.
And so I took those plans, and every weekend I would open them up. And so he says, okay, I'm going to send you out to a job in the field. It was in Canoga Park. He must have been about 4. So I'd have to get up in the morning. We don't have one car. Go to Canoga Park. So I'm there like at 5:30, 6 o'clock. So you can come back, come back, get ready, and all that. And so I used to have to hitchhike home, from Canoga Park. I wouldn't ask somebody for a ride. But when I got to the site, they wouldn't show me, like the guys who work and hanging duct, they wouldn't show me the duct. I asked him, he just walk away. But I learned to read those plans, so I would figure out what they're doing. And I could have I started assembling the duct myself, and they were impressed with that. So I had to go that extra mile. It's gonna take what it's gonna take. And then when I got further into the trade, I told one of the contractors I was working for, like I was in my 4th year apprenticeship. I said, I want to be a contractor. He called me a very ugly word. He said, you don't have what it takes. So I doubled up on my classes. Like, I'm going to get my contractor's license. By the time I was a 4th year apprentice, I had my contractor's license. I didn't know what to do with it because I didn't know anybody with business. I didn't know anybody that can, mentor me or show me anything. But I was determined, to start my own business, and I quit the union after 10 years. I was in the apprenticeship program, and it was the best thing that ever happened because it showed me a trade. And I did the best I could with, installation and da-da-da. He was like out in the field like at 13. I'd have him up in the attic, But I'm saying all that to say, they couldn't take knowledge from me. And I was able to pass it on to him, and he ran with it, And today, Lumas here is still coming alive, there's alive through him. I'm like 73, so I'm at the end of this, and and so he's taking it to know it, and it's equal to provide for your family. So you guys are here today. You're very blessed to have these people, these men here to mentor you and provide a pathway. There's a pathway to freedom and, self-respect, integrity, money. You buy your homes, you can do things. You can travel, you can provide for yourself. And everybody needs a trade. AI can't install that duct, and AI can't fix it when it's broke. You know, they call these people with tools and skills to do this stuff, and that's why there's a shortage, you know, so. And then, and I want to thank you guys for honoring him and recognizing that, you know, his accomplishments. Thank you.
Way to go.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So, just real quick. So, this is kind of to my man Kyries. So when y'all, his sons, right? Because I know you guys come up through the trade and y'all working, right? So when you see the elder generation and they kind of push it, right? It's because of these type of things that we got exposed to, right? So you guys are blessed to have a father to be in the trade and to be able to get that knowledge firsthand that you don't have to go to anybody else, you know what I mean? So let's give Kyrie a big heads up too, man. General contractor, right? So alhamdulillah, so for you youngsters, man, it's a story to draw on. This is like real life, you know, things, and that's, you know, why we cut a little different.
All right.
I'll bet you.